Time to build!
Hi everyone, Jane here with Gears of War 4 gameplay so fresh, the blood is still wet and everywhere. Someone's gonna have to clean that up. Gears of War returns soon with a next-gen Phoenix, that's JD to his friends, and a next-gen Horde mode, dubbed Horde 3.0. We've been there, done that, and bought the Horde 3.0 t-shirt, so I'm here to fill you in on the new things you really need to know about with this new Gears of War 4 gameplay. In Horde in Gears of War 4, you and up to 4 other players combine your efforts to turn 50 increasingly tough waves of enemies into 50 hillocks of chum. And every 10th wave, a boss turns up to ruin your life. So far, so Horde mode, but in this latest iteration of Horde mode, everything begins with this crate-looking gadget known as the Fabricator. The Fabricator is a military-grade indestructible 3D printer, which is to say it's a doohickey that spits out battlefield hardware to order. At the start of a Horde session, you place the Fabricator wherever you like on the map, preferably somewhere secure, such as in this structure here. There, it will become the core of your new base, churning out defences and other goodies. In order for the Fabricator to make stuff, you need to feed it power, which is what they're calling the glowing resource tokens that pop out of enemies when you kill them. The Fabricator spends this power to build things, turning the very life force of your enemies into stuff like barriers, sentries, decoys and machine gun turrets. Is that ironic? It's probably ironic. Much like the Fabricator itself, these items can be placed wherever you choose instead of in prescribed locations.
Sentry is up.
The freedom to place defences wherever you want invites you to get clever with choke points, kill zones, overlapping fields of fire, and other cool-sounding strategies. Through the course of a Horde run, the Fabricator gets upgraded with use, which in turn lets it fabricate upgraded versions of your defensive dealies. Let me tell you now, the upgraded machine gun turret is a game changer, and the game it changes is called Guess How Many Goons I Can Mulch With My Machine Gun Turret. If you need to beef up a particular kill zone or fortify a vulnerable approach vector, or maybe the chi just isn't flowing the right way around your base, you can pick up your defences and reposition them. And in further good news for Feng Shui enthusiasts, you can pick up and move the Fabricator itself. Much more harmonious. In Gears of War 4, Horde mode adds a new class-based system which encourages players to specialise their role on the team. Each player chooses to play soldier, scout, sniper, heavy or engineer, and although you don't have to have one of each, and you can have 5 snipers if you like, you would be very wise to include at least 1 scout and at least 1 engineer for reasons we'll get into. The soldier is your classic boots-on-the-ground grunt. The heavy, on the other hand, won't leave the house without his starting weapon, the boom shot, and performs best with the game's chunkiest guns. The sniper is, you guessed it, best suited for hanging back and headshotting distant baddies. The scout, meanwhile, is crucial for harvesting the precious power from everybody's kills. He or she is your most durable teammate, and that's just as well, because he or she will be roving around deep in enemy territory, picking up power to bring back to the Fabricator. He or she also scores double the amount when collecting power during combat, to balance out the risk of being chainsawed in the spine by some jerk. After a hard day of base building, this is the guy everyone should be buying drinks for. Meet you at the bar, yeah? The engineer is just as crucial as the scout, but in a kind of nerdier way that's less about heroically risking it all out past the wire and more about running around back at base with a repair tool, keeping the barriers in working order.
Fortification repair.
If that doesn't sound sexy and exciting, well, let me tell you it is. As the engineer, you get bonuses to repairing and building things, which will make you Lord of the Turrets. And in a fairer and better world, that would be the name of this class.
Sentry repair. Sentry reloaded.
There's no switching class on the fly, so once you've picked a class, that's your class for the whole match. But that's not to say your class strictly limits the way you play. I've said class too many times and now it's lost all meaning. Cleverly, the system doesn't restrict players from doing a bit of everything. All classes can use all the weapons, anyone can collect power, not just the scout. And other classes beside the engineer can make fortifications, it's just that engineers do it more efficiently, like it says on those joke t-shirts they wear sometimes. Gradually, as you become a Horde 3.0 veteran, you will also customise your class setup with your selection of skills, for which you will eventually unlock the maximum of 5 skill slots. These let you tweak your class strengths, and more on them later. Oh, and if you were planning to play Horde mode exclusively as Old Man Marcus, because why wouldn't you, look at that grizzled beefcake, then start celebrating because any class can play with any skin. Speaking of skins, by the way, have a look at this skin. Zombie Dom is among the skins on offer in Gears of War 4, and not just in Horde mode, but we thought you'd want to get a good look anyway. That's right, you can play as the reanimated corpse of Marcus's erstwhile brother-in-arms, Dom Santiago. And it's the most tragic thing in a Horde mode since Xbox Live went down in the 49th wave that one time. Although you'll only get Zombie Dom in the pre-order bonus Brothers to the End Elite gear pack. On the bright side, he is looking really, really good for a man who died 25 years ago. And if any of your comrades get dead this time around in Horde 3.0 and you're too late to revive them, you can collect their cog tags and whack them in the Fabricator to resurrect them. Or at least to 3D print a new version of them, so no one needs to be a zombie. Yeah! Coming back around to those class-specific skills and skill slots now, it's time to talk about cards. In Gears of War 4, cards are how you get hold of customization items. Those include cosmetic items such as weapon skins and emblems, but also the multiplayer challenges called bounties and skill cards for your Horde classes. Cards come in card packs, a bit like in Hearthstone, that you earn in-game or pay for with real money, again, a bit like in Hearthstone. There's also a crafting system, so you can scrap items you don't want and craft something you do want, which resembles, again, the card-based economy of Hearthstone. More importantly for Horde mode, your new skill cards are slotted into the skill slots for your class. This lets you refine your class strengths with, eventually, a full total of 5 skill slots. For instance, here the engineer has selected skills that make defences cost less power. And I'm sorry if I'm going on about the engineer, but I really do like repairing turrets. And Hearthstone. Among the new items the Fabricator can fabricate is the all-new Weapons Locker. You can use the Weapons Locker to stash weapons you pick up in the course of play to keep them from being swept up and lost between waves. In this way you can save a really meaty heavy weapon for use against a really meaty boss wave. For example, the new Dropshot weapon, which is a modified mining tool that drops automated drilling mines on people's heads. Or the new Buzzkill, which is a modified construction tool that fires bouncing buzzsaws into people's faces. It's a miracle any mining or construction gets done here on Future Sarah, I tell you. So dangerous. What's more, any weapon stashed in the Weapons Locker is conveniently reloaded for next time. Weapons Locker, how did we ever live without you? Xbox Play Anywhere is Xbox's initiative to bring Xbox and PC players together in perfect harmony, where by perfect harmony we mean in this scenario stomping scaly Gears of War 4 monsters side by side across platforms. Gears of War 4 has its considerable weight behind the programme, such that those players who purchase Gears of War 4 will receive a copy on both Windows 10 and Xbox One.
And that's with your progress and your achievements saved on Xbox Live and shared across both platforms, all at no additional cost to you.
Not only that, and more pertinent to Horde mode, with the magic of crossplay, players can also team up across PC and Xbox for online play in campaign co-op, co-op versus multiplayer, and Horde 3.0.
So players on Xbox One and Windows 10 can play together through the co-op campaign, co-op multiplayer, and yes, even the all-new Horde mode.
After all, PC or Xbox, can't we all just agree that we want to be chainsawing monsters in the face? It's beautiful, really. That was a brisk roadie-running tour of what's new in Horde mode in Gears of War 4. Any questions? Drop them in the comments and we'll see you soon for more Gears of War 4, especially if you like and subscribe to Outside Xbox. Thanks for watching.